Very good morning, all of you. Good morning, all of you. This is your final year, first semester. Welcome to all, both A and B division. We'll start the introduction part. My name is Ganesh Patel. My designation is the Assistant Professor in Computer Science and Engineering Department. I have completed B in 2010. Also, I have completed ME from Mumbai University in 2013, and in year 2018 I was taken admission for PhD. Okay, means I am the PhD pursuing student. I have total 11-year teaching experience. Up to now, I have taught many subjects. In that, first subject is the distributed system. Second is the information and cyber security. This distributed system in the B first semester, information and cyber security in the B second semester. Already you studied the computer network CN. Already you studied data communication. I am the class teacher of the division A. Next, our mission and vision. Vision of the institute and department. The vision of the institute is to be nationally recognized among the best institute in India for excellence in technical education. Our department vision is to be nationally recognized for excellence in education augmented by research in the field of computer science and engineering. Next mission of institute is to impart value added technical education through ambience of academic excellence, research and life skill by inculcating personal touch and respect in relationship amongst the stakeholder. The department mission is to impart value added technical and applied research oriented education by inculcating life skills oriented to industries with emphasis on human values. This is our department mission. We have total 4 POs, program educational objectives. The first POs is apply the computer science domain specific knowledge and skill in the growing software and related industries. Second, POs demonstrate leadership, professional ethics, project management, and finance related attributes as employees or employers. Third, POs engage in lifelong learning for professional advancement to develop innovative solution for individual or societal problems. Fourth, POs demonstrate strong communication skill and ability to function effectively as an individual and part of a team. These are the total four POs program educational objectives. Next, program outcome. We have total 12 outcomes. The first is the engineering knowledge. Second, the problem analysis. Third is the design or development of solution. Fourth is conduct investigation of complex problem. Fifth is modern tool uses. Sixth is the engineer and society. Seventh is environment and sustainability. Eighth is ethics. Ninth is individual and teamwork. 10th number is communication. 11th number is project management and finance. And 12 is the lifelong learning. Means the student graduating from computer science and engineering will demonstrate there are total 12 POs. This is the program outcome. Means after completing the BTech, okay, these are our outcomes. Engineering knowledge, problem analysis, there are total 12 program outcomes. After student has graduated from this computer science and engineering department, there are total 12 program outcomes. Program means our computer science and engineering. Okay, you have completed your graduation from the same field. Next is program specific outcome, PSOs. Engineering graduate will be able to first program specific outcome is understand, okay, design computer system using knowledge of digital techniques, microprocessor, computer organization, advanced computer architecture, operating system, system programming, compiler construction, and application software, etc. Second is interpret, analyze, and design software system programming knowledge using skill, web technology, big data analytics, networking fundamentals, machine learning, and Internet of Things. Third is adopt applications in emerging field of computer science and engineering. This is the program specific outcomes. Okay, in this semester, I will teach the name of subject is distributed system for both the division. Okay, name of subject is distributed systems. Okay, the teaching scheme for this subject have 3-hour lectures per week. Okay, and for examination scheme, you have end semester examination 70 mark and ISC have the 30 marks. The name of subject is distributed system. The syllabus of this subject, they have total 2 sections. First section have 4 units. Second section have 4 units. May I audible? Others? May I audible? Okay. They have total 8 units. The first section of the first unit is the fundamentals. University have given the 4 hours to complete this syllabus. The syllabus of this first units are fundamental of operating system, what is distributed system, evaluation of distributed computing system, distributed computing system models, distributed computing gaining popularities, issues in designing distributed system, introduction to distributed computing environment, protocols for distributed system. They have two protocols, FLIP and VMTP. This is the first unit. Second unit, name of unit is message passing. Universities have given 6 hours to complete this unit. The syllabus are introduction, desirable feature of good message passing system, issues in IPC by message passing, synchronization, buffering, message passing interface, multi datagram messages, process addressing, failure handling, group communication, case study, RMI, and Corba. This is the unit number 2. Unit number 3, remote procedure calls. Here university have given the 6 hour to complete the syllabus. The syllabus of third unit is introduction, the RPC model, transparency of RPC, implementing RPC mechanism, stub generation, RPC messages, marshalling, arguments and results, server management, parameter passing semantics, call semantics, communication protocol for RPCs, client server binding, exception handling, and security. The unit number 4 is synchronization in distributed system. Universities has given total 6 hours to complete the syllabus. The syllabus are introduction, process migration, thread, clock synchronization, event ordering, election algorithm, distributed consensus algorithm. Means in first section have total 4 units. The section number 2, the unit number 5 is distributed mutual exclusion. University has given the 5 hours. The syllabus are introduction, classification of mutual exclusion algorithms, preliminaries, a simple solution to distributed mutual exclusion, non-token based algorithms, Lamport algorithm, the Ricard Agrawala algorithm, token based algorithm, Suzuki Kazmi's broadcast algorithm. This is the unit number 5. Unit number 6 is distributed deadlock detection. University have given the 5 hours. The syllabus are introduction, preliminaries, deadlock handling strategies in distributed system, issues in deadlock detection and resolution, control organization for distributed deadlock detection, centralized deadlock detection algorithm, distributed deadlock detection algorithms, avoidance and prevention algorithms, hierarchical deadlock detection algorithms. Next unit is unit number 7, distributed file system. Here university have given the 6 hours to complete the syllabus. The syllabus are introduction, architecture, mechanism for building distributed file system, design issues, log structured file system, case studies, Google file system. The last unit, unit number 8, is distributed shared memory. Here, university have given the 6 hours to complete the syllabus. The syllabus are introduction, architecture and motivation, algorithms for implementing distributed shared memory, memory coherence protocol, design issues, case study, Linda. Means the syllabus of the distributed system, they have total 8 units. The first section have the 4 units, second section have the 4 units. Textbook and reference books. The textbooks, they are total 3 books. First book name is Distributed Operating System Concept and Design. Author name is P.K. Sinha. This book covered total 4 units, unit number 1, 2, 3, 4. The second book name is Advanced Concept in Operating System. The author name is Mukesh Singhal and N.G. Shivaratri. This book covered total remaining 4 units, unit number 5, 6, 7 and 8. The third number book is Distributed Computing. The author name is the Sunita Mahajan, Sima Shah. Okay, this is Oxford University Press. This book covers the unit number 1 and case studies of 7 and 8 units. These are the total 3 text books. Reference books are, first is Distributed System Principle and Paradigm. The author name is Tannenbaum. The second edition PHI. The name of the book is the Computer Network. The author is same, Tannenbaum. Okay, you already used this book, Computer Network. The second reference book is Distributed System. This is the third edition. Means here we have the total 3 textbooks and 2 reference books. Okay, about title of the subject, about central idea of the subject, importance of the subject in the engineering. Next, course outcome. At the end of this course, student will be able to, we have total 6 course outcomes. Our subject code is CS411. Our distributed system subject code is CS Computer Science. 4 means this is the last year. 1 means first semester, and second one is means this is the first semester first subject. Okay, this is our course code CS411. We have total 6 course outcomes. The first course outcome is define the basics of distributed system and middleware. The second course outcome is explain distributed system using various techniques such as IPC, RMI, Corba, RPC, and various architectures used to design distributed systems such as client server and peer-to-peer. The third course outcome is design typical algorithms related to synchronization and deadlock in distributed systems. The third course outcome is design typical algorithms related to synchronization and deadlock in distributed system. The fourth course outcome is evaluate various distributed mutual exclusion algorithms. The fifth course outcome is evaluate various distributed deadlock detection algorithms and apply knowledge of various distributed file system, its architecture, and working for active research at the forefront of these areas. And the last course outcome is apply emerging trends of distributed system in a shared memory. Means after completion of this course means subject, okay, student will be able to, these are total 6 course outcomes. About title of the subject, our subject name is distributed system. What is distributed? Distributed means we shared or spread the system. What is the system? System is a set of things working together as part of a mechanism or interconnecting network. For example, I will give the another example. System means, for example, we have the CC lab. CC lab have the 60 computer machine. The 60 computer machine is connected with each other. Means connected via the switch. Means our CC lab have the 60 computer machine. Machine means system. Okay. System means this is a working machine. They are interconnected with network. Distributed means this is the shared or spread out. Okay. What is the distributed system? Distributed system is a system whose components are located on different network computers, which communicate and coordinate their action by passing messages to one another from any system. Right now, we are using the Google Meet. Okay. I have shared a link with division A and B. Okay. The division A and B student, okay, was joined this Google Meet. This is called as, okay, not distributed system or not centralized system also. Okay. What is the difference between centralized and distributed system? Anybody? What is the exact difference between centralized system and distributed system? Right now we are using this Google Meet. This Google Meet is the example of centralized system or distributed system. Everybody is aware about this Google Meet. This is a software. This Google Meet is the centralized or distributed? Anybody type your answer in the chat box. Or system. What is the exact difference between centralized system and distributed system? Please type your answer. What is centralized system? You give the example. This is the example of the centralized system. This is the example of the distributed system. This is the basic difference between centralized and distributed system. Centralized means only one server is there. There are a number of client machines are connected to the central server. If this particular server is fail, then what will happen? Whole system is slow down. This is the drawback of the centralized system. Means all client machines are depend on single server. Same like in our college have the FTP server. Okay, in locally we are using this FTP server. All client machines are depend on this FTP server. If this FTP server is fail, whole system is slow down. Means no single client machine can access this FTP server. Means centralized system means in central site only one server is there, and around this server have the n number of client machine. All client machines are connected to the particular server. If this particular server is fail, whole system is slow down. This is the centralized system. What is the distributed system? What is the example of distributed system? Our internet is the example of the distributed system. How? For example, you are uploading n number of images on the Google Drive. I'll give the small example. You are uploading the images on the Google Drive. Okay, in the back end, in the Google Drive have the n number of servers, not Google Drive have the only one server. This Google Drive have the n number of servers. Means our main server is there. This main server have the n number of different duplicate servers are available. If I have uploaded one image on the single server, automatically this server keep this file on the remaining server also. If my main server is the fail or some problem is occur on my main server, then automatically the second server will give the response to me. Means I have sent the request to the main server. If my main server is the fail, automatically this charge will be handled to the remaining server. This is called as distributed system. If main server is the fail, the remaining server will give the reply to the particular client machine. What is the centralized system? If central server is fail, then nobody can give the reply to the client machine. Means this is the drawback of the centralized system. And what is the main advantage of the distributed system? Okay, in distributed system have the n number of servers. If particular server is the fail, the second server will take the charge and they give the reply to the particular computer machine. The main example of the distributed system is our internet. Okay, we are uploading the n number of images on the Google Drive. Also, we are uploading the n number of videos on the YouTube. Okay, not YouTube have the only one server. YouTube have the n number of servers. Means we have uploaded one video on the YouTube. The YouTube server, they can duplicate these videos on the n number of servers. They can copy this particular video on the 1,000 servers. If particular server is fail, the second server will give the reply. Second server will fail, third server will give the reply. Means centralized system and distributed system, the main difference is in the centralized system, the particular server is the fail, whole system is slow down, whole system is the collapse. But what is this is the drawback of the centralized system. Overcome this drawback, we can use distributed system. They have the n number of servers are available in the distributed system. Means drawback of the centralized system, we can overcome this drawback in the distributed system. Means distributed system is the system whose components are located on the different network computers. Okay, which communicate and coordinate their action by passing messages. See here, right now, all of you join this Google Meet. What is the main motto? We passing the message between each other. Okay, I am talking, you are listening. Means I am passing the message to you. Okay, means passing messages to one another from any system. Right now, I am using the computer plus mobile. You are using the computer, or somebody is using the laptop, somebody is using the mobile. Means we are passing the message from one system to another system. through internet. A distributed system is a collection of computers that work together to form a single computer for the end user. All these distributed machines have one shared state and operate concurrently. Okay. This is our about title of the subject. Distributed means shared system. System means they are collection of a number of computers that they are interconnected with each other. This is our introduction part. Our first unit name is the fundamentals. Unit number 1 is the name of unit is the fundamentals. Before we start the first unit, I will give the two instruction. First is related to GATE 2022. Please all of you do the registration for this GATE 2022. The last date for this registration, closing date for regular online registration is 24th September, means in coming Friday. End of extended period for online registration with late fee 1st October 2021. Okay, means before 24 all of you do the registration. After 24th, okay, up to 1st October you do the registration with late fee. Okay, for this female SC ST and physical handicapped candidate have the 750 fees. All other candidate have the 1500. Okay, means all of you do the online registration for this GATE 2022. The last date of the registration up to 24th September 2021. And for this late fee, the date has extended up to 1st October. Second announcement, AICT is supporting SC ST student to appear in such exam, means GATE exam. Registration fee for the GATE 2021 is the rupees 750, which will be okay. Means AICT will return this fee through AICT Prerana scheme for the SC and ST category student. Please apply for this AICT Prerana scheme. Okay, already we have shared this link, the link for this Google form. After applying this, okay, we can open this Google form. Okay, dear student, AICT has sponsored GATE application fee so that student can take benefit of it. This scheme is exclusively for SC and ST student. Okay, you are informed to get benefit. Okay, after doing registration, okay, please SC and ST student, please fill this Google form. Okay, through this scheme, okay, the fee will be returned to your bank account. And the link of this for this registration of for GATE 2022, this is our link. Okay, here you click apply online. Okay, you read the instruction and okay, you apply for the GATE 2022. And for this SC and ST student, okay, please you apply this AICT Prerana scheme for the returning the fees. The last date for registration up to Friday, 24th September 2021. And for end of the extended period for the online registration with late fee is the 1st October. This is related to GATE. Please all of you do the registration today itself because 24th is the last date. And second is related to internship. This is the detail. This Google Excel sheet already shared by the PG Gaikwad sir. Okay. Maximum students have filled this sheet, but some students are remaining. Roll number A division, roll number 5. You have not written the name of company, starting and ending date of this internship. Okay. Those students are remaining. Please fill this Excel sheet today itself. The B division, many students have not filled this Excel sheet. This is second notice related to your internship detail. Why I am telling? Because after completing this internship training, okay, in your syllabus, I will open the syllabus. Okay, here vocational training, you have the 25 marks term work. That's why all of you complete this internship training as early as possible and fill this Google form. If you are completed this internship training, those students have completed, these students are eligible for, those students are eligible for vocational training. Okay, this vocational training have the total 25 marks. This is the university scheme, examination scheme. Okay, if you have completed, then those students got the 25 marks. Remaining student, okay, you complete this internship training as early as possible. Then and then only you are eligible for this 25 marks. The second notice. First notice related to GATE. The last date of this GATE registration up to 24th September. Second is related to internship training. Those who are remaining, please fill this Excel sheet as early as possible. Many students, B division, many students are remaining. Okay. Any doubt related to this GATE and internship training? Please fill this Excel sheet because for this internship you have 25 marks term work. Okay, we will take the 2 minutes break and then we'll start the first unit. Okay, our subject name is distributed system. Today we'll start the first unit. Unit name is the fundamentals. Before that, I will take the attendance. Division A. Roll number 1 is present. Roll number 1. Please give the attendance. Division A. Roll number 1 absent. 2.
Present, sir.
Roll number
2.
1. 2. But here I not seen your A dash. You not mentioned here. Roll number 2.
Already mentioned, sir.
A underscore. Where your roll number here? A underscore 02. You mentioned 2 or 02. Okay. Roll number 1 is absent. 2 present. 3. Roll number 3. 4. 5. 6.
Present.
7.
7 present, sir.
8. 9.
9 present, sir.
10. 11.
11 present, sir.
12. Roll number 12. 13.
Present, sir.
14.
Present, sir.
15.
Present, sir.
16.
Present, sir.
17. 18.
Present, sir.
Roll number 18. 19.
Present, sir. Present, sir.
20.
20 present, sir.
21.
Present, sir.
2.
Present, sir.
3.
Present, sir.
4. 25.
Present, sir.
6. 26. 7. 28.
28 present, sir.
9.
Yes, sir.
30. 31. 32.
Present, sir.
3. 4.
Yes, sir, present.
35. 6. 36. 37.
Present.
8. 38. 39.
38 present, sir.
Where is 38? Here I am not seeing your roll number. 38. Please rename your name like, for example, your division underscore roll number underscore name of student. Okay, not every time I will take the attendance. Okay, every time I will take the screenshot and I will mark the present roll number. That's why everybody should take care. You rename your name like roll number underscore, sorry, division underscore roll number underscore name of student. 39, A division 40, 41, 2, 3,
43 present, sir.
44,
Present, sir.
5, 6,
Present, sir.
7, 48,
Present, sir.
9,
Yes, sir. 49.
50,
Present, sir.
okay, 51, 2, 53,
Present, sir.
4,
Present, sir.
5, 6, 7, 58, 59,
Present, sir.
60, 61,
Present, sir.
2, 3,
Present, sir. 63.
4,
64 present, sir.
5, 64, Vivek Nikat. You have two,
Yes, sir. Yeah.
okay, huh? 65, 64, 65, 66, 67, 68, 9,
Yes, sir.
70,
Present.
okay.
Sir, roll number 3 present.
Roll number 3 present, okay.
Sir, roll number 5 present.
5.
Sir, 12 present.
Roll number
12.
12, okay, huh? Okay, A division, roll number 2. You mention A underscore 02 underscore your name. Roll number 38. You rename your name A underscore. Don't mention dash. A underscore 38 underscore your name. Roll number 5 also. Okay, because not every time I will take the attendance. Okay, sometime I will take the screenshot also. Okay, that's why you mention your division underscore roll number underscore name of student. B division, roll number 1, 2, 3,
Present, sir.
4, 5, 6, 7,
Present, sir.
8, 9,
Present, sir.
10, 11, 12,
Present, sir.
13, 14,
Present, sir.
15, 16,
Present, sir. 16.
17,
Present, sir. 17.
18,
Present, sir.
19,
Present, sir.
20, 21, 22, 3, 24, 25, 25, 26,
Present, sir.
27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32,
Yes, sir.
33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50, 51,
49.
52,
52 present.
okay, 53, 54, 55, 56,
Present.
56. Remember 56, B division. $57, $58,
Present, sir.
$9,
Present, sir.
$60, $61, $62, $63, $63. Rajput, you are listening? Roll number 63. Okay. 64, 65, 66, 67, 68, 69,
Present, sir.
okay, 70,
Present, sir.
71, 72,
Present, sir.
3, 73, 74,
Present, sir.
75,
Present, sir.
76,
Present, sir.
7,
Present, sir.
78, 79,
Sir, 78 present.
okay, 79, 80, okay, 76, present, okay,
Sir, roll number 49.
49, okay. Anybody is remaining B division? Roll number 25, okay, 75, 21, okay, those have any problem, okay, you type your A underscore roll number, B underscore roll number, okay. Those who have a network problem, okay, in the chat box, you mention your division underscore your roll number or your attendance. Your division underscore your roll number. You type your division underscore roll number in the chat box for your attendance. The first unit name is the fundamentals. The syllabus are fundamentals of operating system, what is distributed system, evaluation of distributed computing system, distributed computing system models, distributed computing gaining popularity, issues in designing distributed system, introduction to distributed computing environment. The last point is protocols for distributed system. They have two protocols, FLIP and VMTP. Objectives: at the end of this unit, you will be able to describe the basics of distributed system, describe different distributed computing models. At the end of this unit, okay, student will describe the basics of distributed system. Also, student will describe the different distributed computing models. The first point is the fundamental of operating system. Operating system is the software or hardware. Already you know operating system, computer, machine, laptop, application, user. Okay, all of you see this diagram: user, application, operating system, and hardware. What is the exact use of operating system? You know the Windows operating system, Linux operating system, Ubuntu operating system, Mac OS operating system. We have a number of operating system. What is the exact use of operating system? Anybody? What is the use of operating system? User means where the human being. Human being means user. Hardware means our computer system. CPU, keyboard, mouse, monitor. This is the hardware. What is the application? Application means your software. For example, internet banking. This is the application. An operating system means your Windows operating system, Linux operating system. Means operating system is intermediator between hardware and user. For example, I am the user. I want to access the computer machine with the help of operating system. If in my computer machine don't have operating system, then I can't access this computer machine. Means operating system is the main part. Okay, computer CPU is the hardware. Okay, we install the operating system on this hardware. Okay, user means human being want to interact with computer machine through operating system. Means operating system is the intermediate between user and hardware, and on this operating system have the n number of application. For example, your internet banking, this application is available on this operating system. Means you can install this application in operating system. Means user want to access this computer machine via operating system. This is the fundamental of operating. So operating system is a collection of software that manages computer hardware resources and provides common services for computer programs. Means main motto of this operating system is this is the intermediator between hardware and user. This is the functions of operating system. Already you studied this operating system part in the third year. Okay, what is the function of operating system? Okay, they will provide the security. First, important is the security with help of the firewall. Everybody know. Okay, every computer machine have the firewall. Second is control over system performance. Third is the job accounting. Fourth function is the error detection. Fourth is the coordination between other software and users. Okay, this operating system, the main motto is coordination between other softwares and users. Next is the memory management. Okay, we have the two memories, primary and secondary memory. Okay, primary means your RAM memory, secondary means your hard disk memory. It's the memory management. Next is the process management. Okay, your single computer machine have the n number of processes. For example, where I am open the Microsoft Office. It's the one process. I open the another application. Means there in number of application. I will open single application have the n number of processes. Means through this operating system we will manage the process. Next is the device management. Okay, in our computer machine we will connect the printer, scanner, keyboard, mouse. This is the device management. And next is the file management. Already you know the single computer machine have the number of files. Okay, through this operating system they will manage the files. These are the function. Already you studied this function in the third year. You have the separate subject operating system. But here we require this operating system is the intermediator between hardware and user. Hardware means our CPU. Next, what is distributed system? Already I was explaining this distributed system. A distributed system is a piece of software that ensures that a collection of independent computers appears to its user as a single coherent system. For example, at the server end, for example, Google server, YouTube server, Facebook server. Okay, all servers, okay, they are collection of independent servers. They are not depending on each other. But our end means user end. User will think YouTube have only one server, Google have only one server, Facebook have only one server. For user end, user will think they will interact with only one server. But at this another end, the Google have the thousands of servers. Every server have the backup. Means the server, this collection of independent computers appears to its user as a single coherent server. Means I am the user, I am accessing the Google website, I am accessing the Google, then I will think, I will interact with Google server. Google server have only one server. But in Google site, okay, they have the n number of servers. Okay, for example, www World Wide Web is the biggest example of the distributed system. Others are the internet, or other example is the intranet, which is a portion of the internet managed by an organization. Right now, where is the internet? This is the example of the distributed system. Where is the website? www.google.com, www.youtube.com. Means World Wide Web is the biggest example of the distributed system. Means every server have the independent with each other. At the user end means where the user access the Google server, user will think, okay, user will think at the Google site have only one server. But in the practical, at the Google site, they have the thousands of servers are available. And my data is available on all 1,000 servers. If particular server is fail, the second server will give the reply to me. This is the advantages of the distributed system. Next, the distributed system have the two system, tightly coupled system and loosely coupled system. Okay. In the tightly coupled system, CPU means your computer CPU. Okay. In tightly coupled system, we have the shared memory. See, this the middle is the shared memory. You see the first part, tightly coupled system. And second is the loosely coupled system. Okay, what is the difference between tightly coupled system and loosely coupled system? This is a part of the distributed system. In loosely coupled system, every computer machine have its own local memory. Right now, you have the laptop. Your laptop have the RAM and hard disk. You have the separate RAM and separate hard disk. We'll take the example of the CC lab. In CC lab, every computer machine have the RAM and hard disk. This is separate. Means loosely coupled system, every computer machine have the its own local memory and they are connected via the communication network. This is the loosely coupled system. What is the tightly coupled system? Every computer machine, they don't have the memory. Okay. If they want to memory, they can use this shared memory. For example, here 1, 2, 3, 4. This is a 4 computer machine. Okay. They are connected via this interconnection, and in the middle they have the system-wide shared memory. Here the single system have the memory. Remaining 4 system they can access this memory. This name of memory is the shared memory. Means in tightly coupled system, not every computer machine have the separate memory. Every computer machine have the CPU, they have the processor, but they don't have any single memory. If they want to store some data, then this computer machine, they can use this shared memory. Means our network will share this memory. What is the loosely coupled system? Every computer machine has its own memory. This is called as loosely coupled system. Okay, only tightly coupled system, okay, they can use the shared memory, and loosely coupled system, every computer machine have its own local memory. Is the difference between tightly coupled system and loosely coupled system. In short, a distributed computer system is basically a collection of processors interconnected by a communication network in which each processor has its own local memory. This is called as loosely coupled system. And other peripherals. Peripherals means your printer, scanner, and the communication between any two processor of the system takes place by message passing over the communication network. Okay, and there is main motto of this distributed system is passing the message from one system to another. For example, okay, all of you are using the internet. Through this internet, our lecture is going on. Means I am passing the message from my side to your side. This is called a distributed system, passing the message from one end to another end. For a particular processor, its own resource has local, whereas the other processor and their resources are remote. For example, I am sitting here, I am the local. Okay, you are sitting in the another place. Okay, you are the remote person for me. Okay, right now I am using this resource. I am using the computer, my laptop. Okay, in my local machine, this is the local resource, and I am accessing your machine. Your machine is the remote machine. Okay, together a processor and resources are usually referred as a node or site or machine of the distributed computer system. Means, for example, I am accessing the internet banking through my mobile. In the mobile, I have the local resource, but I am accessing the internet banking. The internet banking means, for example, SBI. SBI server is available in the, for example, Mumbai. Means I am accessing the remotely. The server is available in the Mumbai, but this is not a local server. This is the remote server. Remotely, I am accessing this server. This is the difference between local and remote. Okay, here we have completed tightly coupled system and loosely coupled system. Okay, remaining part we'll cover in the next lecture. Okay, before that, I repeat once again, please, for today itself, all of you do the registration for GATE 2022. The last date for registration is 24th September 2021. Means in coming Friday. For end of extended period for the online registration with late fee, the late fee date is up to 1st October 2021. And second thing, for SC and ST category student, please apply the AICT Prerna scheme. Okay, through this scheme, okay, you will refund this registration fee. For that, you can open this Google form and fill this Google form. And second thing related to internship, already I have discussed with each other. For this internship, in our syllabus, have the separate point is the vocational training. They have the 25 marks term work. If you have completed this internship, then and then only you will get the 25 marks. Okay, any question from your side? If you have any doubt, please raise it. Okay, remaining part we'll cover in the next lecture. Thank you.